Welcome, everyone. So, just finished watching the game between the New York Liberty and the Phoenix Mercury. Boy, this one was quite a battle. We had back a tie game at halftime, and then New York just clamped down on defense, and then they were hitting their shots, and Phoenix just couldn't make the baskets. Like they just couldn't make them in the second half. One of the things that worries me about Phoenix is they rely on the 3-point shot. And when it's working, oh my God, they can score like 150 points. But when it's not, it's really hard to beat New York in New York. And they are at full strength now. Full strength. And they have so many weapons. Just way too many weapons to stop because, they even have people coming in off the bench that you need to be able to stop. But when Sabrina Ionescu goes on a heater, Stewie didn't score much. You didn't have to, but, she was involved in every play. She was blocking shots. She was defending really well, pushing the ball up the court, doing all those things that doesn't involve scoring. So, no, Alyssa Thomas for Phoenix, still a good game, but Satu Sabali's got to watch that fouling. She got in foul trouble and then she's out of the game. She tends to swat at things, I've noticed. And it's like she gets, it looks, I don't know whether this is, you can't tell what's going on inside of a player, but she looks like she gets frustrated and then she just swats at things. It's going to get her in foul trouble. Yeah, and Satu, looking at the scoring here, so Phoenix took a lead to begin with. They were out 27-23, but then New York came right back in the second quarter, 23-19. And then their defense really kicked in, along with Phoenix not being able to hit a shot in the third. And they outscored them 21-13. And then they kept it going in the fourth, 22-17. And New York gets the win, 89-76. And Phoenix was closing the gap. That 17 out of that 17 in the fourth, a lot of that came in the last part of that fourth quarter. So now Phoenix has dropped to 15-9, and New York has increased their win-loss to 17-6. Points in the paint were even, 32-30. Turnovers, New York had more turnovers, and Phoenix capitalized on that. They had 19 turnovers, and Phoenix got 24 points off those turnovers. Whereas Phoenix had 15 turnovers, and New York only got 16 points off of that. So, and both teams shot good. New York shot 42%, and Phoenix shot 40%. But I'm guessing out of that percentage, a lot of that was in the first half. Because in the second half, a lot of their shots weren't falling. So Alyssa Thomas had 20 points. She had 13 rebounds and 8 assists. She had 3 turnovers and 2 steals. So all that got her a plus-minus of -3. Wow. But, excuse me, Satu Sabali, 6 points. She had 4 personal fouls, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. But she was 0 for 6 from 3. And 3 for 13 overall. They need her to, I don't know, she just seems to not be, I don't want to say not in control, but she tends to not really take she doesn't take good shots all the time. When she does, she's hitting, but sometimes she'll just throw up these shots and oh, what was that? Anyway, Alyssa Thomas, 8 for 15, 53%. She went to the foul line 6 times, got 4 more points there. Natasha Mack, 9 points. Kalia Copper, she had 14 points. She shot pretty well, 50% from the floor, 6 for 12. Ako Makani, 9 points. DeWanna Bonner, she shot 33%, 9 points. Loxa, she was doing really well in the earlier part of the season, and I don't know. She played 17 minutes. She only took 3 shots and didn't hit any. That's weird. She had two. It's not weird, but when all these other players were out, she was shooting really well and doing well for them. Sammy Whitcomb, 6 points. She was 2 for 9. She didn't shoot well. She was 1 for 8 from 3. And that's what I mean about the 3-point shot. You can't. Sammy, I really like Sammy, but it's. So she took one other shot. She had 8 shots that were threes and 1 that wasn't a 3. And she was 1 for 8. And Lexi Held is back. I'm glad she's back. She ended up getting like a collapsed lung or something. Like something really serious. So glad to see her back. And I'm sure when she gets going, she was playing really well before she got hurt. She ended up getting a 3 and with 3 points. And New York, the immovable object, they're just rolling right along. Them in Minnesota. I'll get to the Minnesota game. Minnesota just rolled over the Aces. Oh, Minnesota is just. I have a feeling we're going to end up with the same finals unless something drastic happens. But, both of these teams are just way too strong. Like, way stronger than everybody else. Okay, so it's the scoring for New York. Phoebish had 13 points. Breanna Stewart, she had 6 points. But she had 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 turnovers, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. So she shot bad, 3 for 12. She was 0 for 3 from 3. But she didn't need to because Jonquil Jones, 20 points, 11 rebounds. She had a block and a steal, a turnover, and an assist. Sabrina, she was cold at first, but boy, she's that's what she does. It's almost like not as drastic as Arike, but when Arike gets going, it's like just threes, draining threes. But Sabrina, she can do the same thing. 29 points. She had a block, a steal. She had 5 turnovers though. That's not so great. But you take the good with the bad. 8 assists, 5 rebounds. She was 11 for 21, 52% from the floor. She was 4 for 11 from 3. So Natasha Cloud, 10 points. She had 3 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1 turnover, steal, and a block. Kennedy Burke, 4 points. I'm surprised she's not really adding more. She played 21 minutes, but she only took 5 shots. So, she didn't need to again, but... And then Maureen Johannes, she played 15 minutes, 5 points. She just took a 3, and I guess a 3 and a 2, and hit both of them. Rebecca Gardner did not. She only played 2 minutes, or almost 3 minutes. Talbot got in. She got a hoop, 2 points, and then Jalen Sherrod, no points for her. So rebounds, let's see. New York out rebounded with 37 to 33. But quite a battle in the first half, and then New York just pulled away. A combination of New York's defense and hitting their shots, and Sabrina going on a heater, and Phoenix just not being able to hit the shots when they needed them. So, okay, well, that's it. We got a couple more games to cover, and we'll see you next time.